3. Forms and records. The forms and records included with this part merely represent the sample of each of the model office authority and has the discretion development in its own version any form of the recording recorded in carrying out the enhanced authority addressed in this manual. Appendix A is a sample removal order. Appendix E is an out-of-service order. Appendix C is an emergency recall order. Appendix D is a sample emergency restriction prohibition. Appendix E is a sample rescission order. And Appendix F is a simple sample sticker. The Appendix A is sample removal order. The page is intentionally left blank. On the United States Department of the Transportation Agency named issue the PHMS, FAA, FRA, FMCA. Name of the company, street address, city of the zip. So removal order. The notice constitutes the removal order of the United States Department of Transportation pursuant to Title 49 CFR 5121C1C, Title 49 CFR 1097. The order applies to the removal order that applies. The order applies to blank designated officer, employee, agent, secretary of transportation, secretary undersigned believes that the package-related packages is constitute or causing imminent hazard to public safety. For the detailed information, see the background basis for the order or below. Effective immediate must 1 and 2 the order to the company name and the officers, directors, employees, subcontractor, agency. The offer's effect immediately remains effective withdrawn writing and until the otherwise expires operation. However, the delegated with the Secretary Administrative Pipeline Hazard Material Safety Administration PHASMA designee may issue only 2 additional removal orders. Jurisdiction. The company name offers transportation hazardous material commerce under the state that the person identified in Title 49.5.1029, in addition being a person under the 106 Title 1 U.S. Standard Code 1, according to the company the name, and subject to the authority, jurisdiction, and secretary, including the authority to remove the package related with the packages of the transportation Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5121 C1C 49 CFR 1097. Background basis and order. Upon inspection investigation by blanket investigator from the PHMSA found blank and blank, a blank statement, blank description, purpose of the removal order. The undersigned believe that the facts described under the preceding section show that above referenced packaging may constitute and may be causing imminent hazard according to the removal order issued below. Failure to comply. Any person failing to comply with an emergency order is subject to civil penalties up to $110,000 for each violation for each day they found to be a violation of Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5123. A personnel violation emergency order is also subject to criminal prosecution. A person violating this emergency order is subject to criminal prosecution, which may result in fines under the Title 18 imprisonment and up to 10 years in both Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5124. The authorizing an official, prior to issuing the emergency order, the undersigned review of the information within the obtained authorization, authorizing an official name, title, program division, office and address, and telephone, dated, printed type name, investigator, officer, hazmat material enforcement. Okay, Appendix B, sample out of order service order pages intentionally left blank. The United States Department of Transportation Agency issued by the PHMSA, FAA, FRA, or FMCSA. Name of the company, street address, order number. The out-of-service order, the notice of the constitutes the out-of-service order of the United States Department of Transportation pursuant to Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5121D and Title 49 109 17B, the pursuant to the delegation authority of the administrator. Name of the agencies here, Pipeline Hazard Material Safety Administration, United States Department of Transportation, order the description of the package, including the material, etc. Related packages offered to the transportation name and the offer. The United States finds the package related with the packages constitutes and causing imminent hazard to public safety. For more detailed information, background basis in order below. The effective immediately, you must 1 and 2 The statement 1 and 2. The order complies with the company and the officers, directors, employees, subcontractors, agents. The order is effective immediately, remains in effect unless withdrawn with the written administrator and his or her designee until otherwise expires in the operation of law. Jurisdiction, company name, offers the transportation has material in the commerce of the United States. Therefore, the person is identified in Title 49 U.S. Standard Code of 51029, in addition with the being of the person of the Title 1 U.S. Standard Code, according to the company name and subject to the authority of the jurisdiction, administration, including the authority to impose emergency restriction, publication, recalls out of the service of orders without notice of the and any other opportunity hearing, the extent of the necessary abated with the imminent hazard of Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5121D. Background basis for order: upon reliable, credible information received with the course of investigation, Secretary has learned blank on description. Was learned the investigation description of remedial action to eliminate the abate imminent hazard. You must blank the remedial action. Rescission for the other. Before you may offer the transportation any package subject to the order. This is the out of service order. Rescission of this order. Before you may offer or transport any package subject to the order, you must be adequately demonstrate to the administrator that you've taken the actions listed above and that you have taken other actions. The action taken, in fact, the result of the imminent hazard no longer exists. After you have made the demonstration administration, you will issue a rescission order. Until the administrator has issued this order, you must not offer transportation any package covered or by this order. Failure to comply. Any person failing to comply an emergency order is subject to civil penalty up to $110,000 each violation for each day that they have found to be in violation of Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5123. A person in violation of emergency orders is also subject to criminal prosecution, which may result in first fines under the Title 18 imprisonment up to 10 years in both Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5124. Alright, a person with the administrator issued the emergency order entitled with the review other order pursuant to Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5121D3 in accordance with the Section 55.4 of this Administrative Acts of Procedure Act, Administrative Procedure Act, APA, Title 5 U.S. Standard Code 510 sequence. Any petition seeking relief in the any petition seeking relief must be filled within 20 calendar days of the date is ordered in the Title 40 U.S. Standard Code of the 5121D3. Include on one copy of the address Chief Safety Officer for the Pipeline Hedge Material Safety Administrator of the United States Department of Transportation, 1200 New Jersey Avenue, Southeast Washington, D.C. 20590-001. Attention Office of the Chief of Counsel electronically to PSMH Chief Counsel at .gov. One copy addressed in the U.S. Department of Transportation dockets, U.S. Department of 1200 New Jersey Avenue, Southeast Room of the W12140, Washington, D.C. 20590, or at hcb/regulations.gov under documentation number PHMSA 2011-0303. Furthermore, petition for the must be state the material facts is issued with the petitioner believes the dispute existence of the imminent hazard must include all evidence existing in the consideration. The petition must also state the relief sought within 30 days of the date of the petition review of the issued field. The CSO must approve the deny the relief of the writing. Find the imminent hazard continues to exist, extending the original emergency order. In response to the petition, the review of the Chief State Officer may grant the request relief in the whole or in part, and may order the relief that justice may require, including immediate assignment of the case of officer, hearing, and a formal hearing of the record. In order to request a formal hearing in accordance with the Title 5 U.S. Standard Code 55.4, the petition state formal hearing requested modifying, identifying materials, facts, disputing, given rise to the request of the hearing. A petition may request a formal hearing may include the additional accompanying addressing Chief of Administrative Law Judge, U.S. Department of Transportation Office of Hearing M20 and RE 12230 and 1290 New Jersey Avenue, Southeast Washington, D.C. 20590, faxing 202-366 7536. Emergency contact official. If you have any questions concerning the emergency restriction prohibition order, you should call. Date and time, name and title, and that's Appendix C. The small Appendix C. That was the out of service recall order. This one's moving on to Appendix C. This page and the 10 originally left blank. This one is the sample emergency recall order. U.S. Department of Transportation Pipeline Hazardous and Materials Safety Administration become the name of the company, street, address, site, and zip. Order. Emergency recall order. The notice continues the emergency recall order under the United States Department of Transportation pursuant to Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5121, Title 49 CFR 10917, pursuant to the delegation authority of the Administrator Pipeline Hazardous Materials Safety Administration, United States Department of Transportation ordered the company name to any blank package manufactured under the test report and hereinafter referred to as affected packaging or affected package. In addition, this order applies to the person who is in possession of the package subject to this order. The United States finds that the package design constitutes and causing an imminent hazard to public safety. For detailed information, background basis, and for the other and below, effective immediately for you must blank and blank one of the two. The order applies to the company and the officer, the directors, employees, subcontractor, agents, and any of the person in possession with any of the affected packaging, including any officer, director, employees, the subcontractor, agency, and said person. The order is effectively immediately and remains in effect unless the withdrawn writing of the administrator, his or her designee, until the other expresses operation of law. Jurisdiction. The company name under the transportation has material commerce, the other and/or manufactured marks or sells hazmat package, which was used to transport hazardous material within the United States. Therein, the person defined in the Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5102. 9. In addition, with the person under the Title U.S. Standard Code 1, according to the company name, any person in possession of the affected package is subject to the authority, jurisdiction, administrative, including the authority imposed emergency responsibility, prohibition, and recalls, out of service orders, with notice of opportunity for hearing for the extent of the necessary debate, the amendment hazard of Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5121D. Background, bias, and order on unreliable, credible information received in the course of investigation. The administrator has learned the descriptive investigation remedial action to eliminate the abated imminent hazard is following the rescission of the order. Before you may take the offer of the transportation and any package supply to the order, you must be able to adequately demonstrate the administration that you have taken actions listed above, that you have taken the actions. The actions have in fact resulted in imminent no longer existing have been such that the administration will issue rescission order. Union administration has issued the order. You must not offer the transportation any package covered by this order. Failure to comply. Alright, failure to comply. Any person failing to comply with the emergency order is civil penalties up to $110,000 for each violation for each day that they are found to be violation of Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5123. The personal violation of emergency order is subject to criminal prosecution, which may result in fines under the Title 18, imprisonment up to 10 years, or both. Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5124, right to review. Any person with the administrator has issued the emergency order is entitled to review the order pursuant to Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5121 D3 in accordance with Section 54 of Administrative Procedure Act of the APA and Title 5 U.S. Standard Code 5510. Sequence of petition seeking relief must be filled within 20 calendar days of this order. Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5121 D3 included the one copy of the address of the Chief Safety Officer of Pipeline Hazard Material Safety Administrator in the United States Department of the 1200 New Jersey Avenue, Southeastern Washington, D.C. 205900001. Attention Officer, Chief of Counsel, electronically, the PHMSA Chief of Counsel at .gov. One address in the U.S. dockets and U.S. Department of Transportation, 1200 New Jersey Avenue, Southeast Room W12 140 Washington D.C. 20590. The regulations governed under the document PHMSA 20130. Furthermore, petition for review and must in material facts at issues which the petitioner believes the dispute and the essence of the imminent hazard must include the evidence existing. Exhibits considering petition must also state for the relief sought within 30 days of the day of petition review is filed with the case. Chief Safety Officer must approve the denying relief writing, finding the imminent hazard continues to exist and extend the original emergency order. In response to petition reviewing, the Chief Safety Officer may grant the requested relief in whole part or may order the relief as justice may require or include immediate assignment to the case of officer of hearing, formal hearing of the record in order to request the formal hearing of the accordance of Title 5 U.S. Standard Code 5540. The petition must be in the formal hearing requested to identify material facts to dispute the revised in the request for the hearing. The petition request the formal hearing must include the additional copy of the Chief Administrative Law Law Judge, U.S. Department of Transportation Officer, Hearing, Mail 20, Room 12, E12, 320, and 1200 New Jersey Avenue, Southeast Washington, D.C. 20590, fax 202-736-7536. Emergency contact official. If you have any questions concerning the emergency restriction prohibition order, you should call blank and date, name, and title. Alright, this is Appendix D, sample of emergency restriction prohibition. Emergency restriction and prohibition. This Department of Transportation Agency is named to issue the PHMSA, FFA, the FAA, Federal Administration, Aviation Administration, Federal Railroad Administration, Federal Motor Carrier Safe Service Administration, name of the company, trade address, site, city site, and order number. Emergency restriction order prohibition. Emergency restriction prohibition order. The notice continues the emergency restriction prohibition order of the United States Department of Transportation pursuant to Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5121D and the Title 49 CFR 10917A. Pursuant to delegation of the authority of the Administrative Pipeline Hazard Material Safety Administration of the United States Department of Transportation ordered the issue name of the company, if applicable, all carriers or whomever, upon delivery to the inspection, investigation, and testing and research, an administrator had found the violation of the hazardous law or the hazardous review or regulation, unsafety of the condition, unsafe of the practice, and otherwise constitute the imminent hazard to the safe transportation of hazardous material. For the more detailed information, the background basis of the order below, specifically with the back. Detailed information, effectively immediate any person identified by this order 1 and 2, particles. This order repeat the human, and again, if the officers, directors, employees, subcontractors, and agency order is effectively immediately remains in effect unless withdrawn in writing, and the administrator has his or her designate until the otherwise expires in the operational law. Company name changing to fit the condition. National emergency. See below. No other transportation hazardous material in commerce with the United States. Therefore, person is defined in Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 51029. In addition, with being of the person in Title 1 U.S. Standard Code 1, according to the company name and subject with the authority of the jurisdiction administration, including the authority to impose the emergency restriction, prohibition, recalls, out of service orders without notice, opportunity for the hearing to extend necessary to abate the imminent hazard. Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5121D. Alternately, any company that offers transportation hazardous material in commerce to consider the person is identified in Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 51029. In addition, with the person under the Title 1 U.S. Standard Code 1, according to such companies, subject to the authority of the jurisdiction administrator, including the authority to impose emergency restriction, prohibition, recalls, out of service day orders without notice and opportunity of the hearing to extent necessary to abate the imminent hazard. Title 40 U.S. Standard Code 49 U.S. Standard Code 5121D. Background basis for order. Upon reliable, credible information received in the course of investigation, the administration had learned remedial action to eliminate and abate the imminent hazard. Written abatement. Rescission of this order. Before you may offer the transportation any package with the subject in this order must be able to adequately demonstrate the administrator that A have taken the actions listed above, and taken other actions. The actions have in fact resulted in imminent hazard no longer existing. After you have made a demonstration, the administrator will issue the rescission order. The administrator has issued the order and must order offer the transportation any package covered by this order. Failure to comply. Any person failing to comply with the emergency order is subject to the civil penalty of $110,000 for each of the violation for each day to be found with the violation of Title 49 U.S. Senate Code Statute 5123. The person violating the emergency order is subject to the criminal prosecution, which may result in the fines under Title 18 or imprisonment up to 10 years or both in Title 49 U.S. Senate Code 5124. Right to review. Any person who administrates that has issued an emergency order entitled with the review of the order pursuant to Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 5121D3 in accordance with the Title Section 54 555.4 for the Administrative Procedure Act, APA, the Title 5, U.S. Standard Code 510 sequence. A petition seeking relief may be filed within 20 calendar days of the date of this order in Title 49, U.S. Standard Code 5121D3, including one copy of the address of Chief Safety Officer for the Pipeline Hazard Material Safety Administration, either to U.S. Department of Transportation, 1200 New Jersey Avenue, Southeastern Washington, D.C., 20590-001. Attention Office Chief of Counsel, Electronic PHMSA, Chief of Counsel.gov, one copy of address, U.S. documents of transportation, 12 New Jersey Avenue, Southeastern Room with the Washington W12140, Washington, D.C., 20590, has http regulations.gov under document PHMSA 2011-0303. For a petition for the review of the material facts for the issue, the petitioner believes the dispute existence of imminent hazard must include all evidence exhibits. Consider the petition must also state in the relief sought within 30 days of the date of the petition review. The chief safety officer must approve the deny relief of the written finding the imminent hazard continues existing in the extended original emergency order. In response to the petition review, the chief safety officer may grant the requested relief in the whole part and may order relief of the justice required, including the imminent assignment of the case of officer hearings for formal hearing of the record. In order to request a formal hearing in accordance with Title 5 U.S. Standard Code 50 words 6 and 55.4, the petition must state the formal requested must identify the materials and fact the disputing given rise in the requesting hearing. The petition which requests the formal hearing must include the additional address of the Chief Administrative Law Judge, U.S. Department of Transportation Office of Hearing, Mail 20, Room E12, 320, 1290, 1200 New Jersey Avenue, Southeastern Washington, D.C., 20590, fax 202-366-7536. The emergency contact official. If you have any questions on the emergency restriction prohibition order, you should call, date, and name and title. Appendix E, the sample rescission order. United States Department of Transportation Agency, if issued, PHMSA, FFA, FRA, FAA, FMCA, FMCSA, Pipeline Hazard Material Safety Agency, Federal Aviation Administration, Federal Railroad Administration, Federal Motor Carrier Service Administration, and matter, name of the street and name of the company, street and address, state, city and zip order and rescission order. In the order to find the company name has been forwarded all remedial documentation actions in type of the order number, place order number here, and had made adequate showing the imminent hazard no longer exists. Alternative for restriction prohibition, my order found with the condition practices which would found creating causing imminent hazard of the type of the order number that has been abated, order number blank has been abated or no longer exists. Accordingly, hereby a resigned type of out-of-service order number and date, name, and the Associated Administrative Hazard Material Safety Pipeline Hazard Material Safety Administration. Appendix F is a sample sticker, and that was his example. That's all she wrote for the United States Department Joint Operational of Title 49 U.S. CFR 109 Enforcement Administrative Authorities, the FFA, the FMCSA, the FRA, and the PHMSA.